go. Honky Tonkin on the radio. With Big D and Bubba.
Well, would you look at who it is this week? Exile. Hello.
Oh, no, not really. No, surely not.
Exile.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
In the house,
That's
baby.
right. We got a big show with Exile coming up.
Yeah, man.
Oh, it's a big week. Exile in the studio. Sonny, Lemaire, Marlon, Hargis. Hello, boys.
Well,
Hey.
how you doing?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Hey.
We've got so much to get into. You guys
Sure.
have such a wild story with so many layers.
Yep.
And it's hard to keep up with.
And we can't tell all of them.
Oh, that's kind of a bummer. Maybe we'll work on you before the show's over.
Hey, let's get it started though. The song that "Kiss You All Over."
Yeah.
I mean, this is a song that went around the world.
The career
Yeah.
song. Absolutely. It did go around the world. Sure did.
And what was the idea behind it? Because you guys were country, and then all of a sudden,
No.
Oh,
They
that
were
was the
rock.
other way
We
around.
were a rock and roll band growing up, everything rock and roll all the way.
I had it backwards this
yeah.
whole time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And a guy named Mike Chapman, who was became our producer from England. Actually, he was an Australian that had moved to England. He hooked up with a guy who would become his songwriting partner, Nicky Chin. It was Mike Chapman and Nicky Chin. And they found us. I mean, it's a crazy story. Us being in Lexington, Kentucky, they just happened to hear a tape that had been sent out to the West Coast and heard the tape of us and decided they wanted to produce us.
He had just moved to the United States and was looking for an American band because he'd had a lot of success in England with the group called The Sweet.
Oh, yeah.
called
Smokey.
Ballroom Blitz and all
Yeah.
that.
Susie
Yeah.
Quattro, a bunch of Brits, you know.
Yeah.
And so he comes to the United States with the intention of finding a group to produce, and he found us.
Wow.
And it took just a couple years. But anyway, Mike and Nicky wrote the song, Kiss You All Over, specifically for us.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, we cut it 1977, I believe, late 1977. You know, and an interesting story, we were known locally and regionally for playing original music. So when we weren't playing a lot of places because we weren't a copy band. Mm-hmm. And when we would play our original music, you know, the folks that would come to see us, of course, they were loving it. So once we had recorded Kiss You All Over, before it was released to radio, we would include it in our set. And when we would play it, there were literally, I swear to God, I'm not exaggerating, it was crickets. I mean, guys, crickets. They would look at us like, what?
Like, what the heck is this?
What?
It's like an oil.
I mean,
it's like an oil painting out there.
You know,
everybody
What?
just
No, I'm
standing
serious.
there.
Was it because they liked it, or because they
no,
were confused?
no. Who knows?
I
But
think confused.
I think the world ended up liking
Well,
it.
yeah,
What do you
course,
mean
yeah.
by all over exactly?
But
Yeah.
it was a crazy thing to be on stage with no reaction. And this went on and on and on to the point that we started getting freaked out, and we're talking amongst ourselves and calling our manager in LA saying, they can't release this. We need this other song released as a single because it's not going over. It's not working.
Wow.
And anyway, you know, better folks
Luckily,
than us
yeah.
prevailed, and they released it. And as soon as they released it, and we would
Bam.
go play, it was just the opposite. It's like, wow.
All of a sudden, everyone got it.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah.
it was nuts. It was
Yeah.
really nuts.
Exile is joining us in the studio this week. All right, so the lineage and the member list of Exile is as long as my arm. It is insane. How many members have been in the group?
Well, maybe like 30 some altogether.
Oh, maybe.
But I'll have to say that's a little misleading because some of those members were literally in the group for like a day.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
okay.
So I think the important thing
They
is
must
that
have really sucked if they only lasted a day.
there were a couple of guys that just didn't work.
Wow.
I mean, literally.
Believe me,
So
didn't work.
I think the important thing is that the 5 members that are in the band currently, we're sort of the core members throughout the years.
Yeah.
that recorded all the hits.
They recorded all the
The
hits.
good ones. We were the good ones.
Yeah,
the good Exile.
The other members, they were in the early years, and like I say, and there were a lot of great members throughout the years that come and went. But
So many great memories. Exile is our guest. We'll talk more with them on the way. Exile is our guest this week. And thanks to Sonny and Marlon for joining us. Hey, take us back to 1983. You guys transitioning out of rock and roll, and then you're like, we're going to do country.
Oh, my gosh.
Where did that come from? Yeah.
Well, it started because we were writing songs as a pop band that weren't hits for us, but they were turning out to be country acts were starting to record our songs, like Alabama recording Take Me Down and The Closer You Get, and career songs for them.
Mm-hmm.
They were released and written by us and released to pop radio and did nothing.
zero.
So our manager actually came to us with that proposal. Look, guys, you're writing these songs that all these other acts are recording, these country acts, and having hits with. I think maybe we're in the wrong field. So that's why we went, I think you're right.
Is that how Woke Up in Love came about?
Yeah, well, it was written after we made the decision to go into country, to get into country music. It was written after the decision was made.
But good enough to go number one.
Yeah.
From 1983. Here's Exile and Woke Up in Love. Exile is our guest this week, Sonny and Marlon. You guys have, what is it? Exile's almost over 60 years now?
Yeah,
62 years.
62 years.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
And there is a certain sound. You guys, the Exile sound is what artists will refer to. And it's almost, even Bubba's even kind of brought it up, it's almost kind of, it's a mix between folk, yacht rock, country, and rock.
Yeah, I love the yacht rock ties to it though, because
Yeah.
I mean it's a perfect fit.
Yeah.
You could hear that any Exile song going into Christopher Cross
Yeah.
or a Toto
Yeah.
song, and it works. And at the same time, you hear it going into an Alabama song, and it works.
Yeah. I mean, people have asked us, well, what is your sound? I'm going, well, I don't know. I mean, it's just Exile, whatever that is.
Yeah, it isn't as a group, as an artist, that's exactly what you want.
Sure.
To have something that's not replicable.
Yeah, one of the things that
Or replicatable. I guess is the word.
Yeah.
I like replicable.
I'm not sure about replicable.
It's my Tennessee coming out, boys.
Nuclear.
I say words.
Nuclear.
You know what I mean, but I don't know how to say them. Don't ask me how to
man.
spell it.
yeah, man.
Exile joining us in the studio. Yeah, you know him for how many number ones now? Is it
11, 12.
number
Yeah,
one?
between rock and country,
Yeah.
and in other countries more than that. But
Wow,
in,
yeah, that's
in
right.
the States, yeah.
We talked about you guys writing songs for other people, including Alabama.
Yeah.
Closer You Get is one of them.
Yes.
What was the other one? The other
Take Me Down.
Take Me Down. And then
Two
you guys.
great songs, by the way.
Yeah. Thank you.
If you've never heard, this is Exile's version of The Closer You Get. It is so good. Exile is our guest this week on Honky Tonkin. Closer You Get, yeah, Alabama there, but Exile doing it originally.
As you heard just a moment ago.
Nice. I love the blend.
Yeah,
You know,
look.
it's interesting because they did that thing on,
Well,
on the
yeah.
drums, and you
Yeah.
guys didn't have that.
No, well, no. When we recorded it first, like I said, in '80 on one pop album, and that sound, that kind of a Lynn drum sound, whatever the heck it was, became popular a little bit after we recorded ours. You know?
I like it without it.
Well,
when
I
we-
thought it was. I love the guys. I thought it was annoying.
When
myself.
when we first heard it, we were going, "What the heck is that?" I mean,
know.
It sounds like windshield wipers.
Dude, I would be mesmerized.
we'll have to tell him that next time we see him, which we'll see.
Well,
in a
we're
few
going to see
weeks.
him in a month
Yeah,
anyway.
we'll say, "Man, why did you use the windshield wipers on that?"
Exile's our guest this week. Boy, when you guys made the switch over to country from rock in, 82, 83?
Yeah.
You guys, it was the Exile, like it was year after year after year after year. You guys were putting it out. In fact, your number two, your second number one song, I Don't Want to Be a Memory.
Uh-huh.
How's this song come about?
It was just a songwriting day. I mean, JP and I got together, which we always did. You know, besides touring all the time, you know, when we would get time off the road, which was slim, we would write songs. And that was just one of those days where I can't even remember who had the original title, but we just knocked it out in a day, a few hours. And that's the way we were doing it back then. We were just kind of on a roll. You know?
Yeah, it definitely is a roll. And again, this was your second number one?
Yeah, second number one country song.
It's an honor to have Exile in the studio with us, Sonny and Marlon from the group. So talk to us about this new project that's about to, we're working on it. It's coming, 2025 project.
Why do you guys look confused?
Well,
No.
we're actually working. We have a couple of different projects.
Oh, okay.
So I think the project you might be referring to is we just re-released a version of our hits.
Yeah.
It's called Hits Anniversary
Edition.
Anniversary Edition.
Okay.
We recorded the hits, or re-recorded them, about 8 years ago, 8 years ago.
Something like that.
And with the new technology and everything, we wanted it to sound a little better. So we went back in, remixed, remastered,
Yeah.
recut a couple of things,
Yep.
and just re-released the hits. And we're very happy with it because the way it turned out technically.
Yeah.
Much-
So wait a
much
minute.
better
You
sound.
say you wanted them to sound better. Is there like a song that back in the day you're like, I hate the way we did that?
No,
and you couldn't change it?
It wasn't that. It was just the fact that we wanted to update the sounds.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and not to make it sound
modernize
to
it.
modernize some of the sounds. But what we did do on one of our songs, a song that was released called "Yet," which was this ballady thing, we did add strings to it where it wasn't on the original. So we did do that.
Okay.
But that's about the only additional recording on a song we did.
But to answer your question, sometimes you'll look back on songs and go,
Well-
I wish we had done something different. I won't say we hated it, but I think you always think, well, that could have been a little different.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so-
Who was it that told us one time, record the songs you want to sing forever because that's what's going to
they're
happen?
Oh,
there
absolutely.
forever. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Exile, our guest this week, and I got to tell you guys, everyone goes, "Oh, I love that Kiss You All Over song." Give me one more chance,
Oh, yeah.
man. What a
Yeah.
jam!
Oh man, it was again
Fun to
writing the thing was great. It was fun, and when we went into the studio to cut this thing, we just knocked it. I thought we knocked it out of the park, And one of the things you mentioned earlier about an Exile sound, one of the things that contributes to that is the fact that we play our own music in the studio. That was one of
So
the
the band on the record is the same
is
band.
us.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
typically in Nashville, especially when we were starting in country,
Use
if you
studio
can't-
players.
You use studio players all the time. That was a deal breaker for us because that's what made Exile sound Exile. Besides our vocals, it was the way we played together. It just has a distinctive sound.
And as far as we know, we were the first country band to actually play on everything.
I think so.
We think so.
It's still rare.
Yeah.
It's still rare for
Yeah.
the band.
Oh, it is. It
Yeah.
is. It is. But Give Me One More Chance was one of those tunes that it came together quickly. We knocked it out in the studio, and I'm really proud of the cut on this. That we did.
Hey, Exile is joining us in the studio this week. Sonny and Marlon from the group. Hey, let's talk about touring. You guys
Yeah.
are jam packed. You guys are on the road a lot.
Yeah, man. Yeah, still
we're,
doing it.
We're still keeping busy. And,
Yeah.
after all these years, not like it was back in the '80s. Back in the '80s, we were
Oh,
out for maybe
God.
300 days a year.
Oh,
sometimes.
300 a year.
Oh yeah,
There
seriously.
were a couple of years.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
What?
yeah.
Yeah.
My
And-
suitcase was always packed. Always.
Wow.
Always.
Your site, exile.biz is the site.
Yeah.
Correct.
BIZ.
Yep.
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 You can check out touring schedule, and I'm telling you, they are. You guys are still. I'm looking at your dates. I'm like, it's not the '80s, but it kind of looks like it.
We
Yeah.
couldn't deal with that anymore.
That's a lot anyway. You can check it out at exile.biz. Exile is joining us in the studio, and love these guys, Sonny and Marlon. All right, so here's this part of the show we call Dealer's Choice, where you get to request a song that you love, and why do you love it so much?
All right, I'm going to do this one. All right. Sonny's laughing. All right. Restless Heart, When She Cries. Great song. Sonny wrote it. Exile passed on the song. Sonny brings the song in, and everybody goes, we'll pass on that,
Oh, gosh.
How about
So,
that?
which was obviously a really dumb move. And then Restless Heart, one of maybe their biggest
Yeah.
hit.
It's one of, if not.
Yeah, a huge crossover
Yeah.
in the country and pop. So
And
Do you
then
guys ever play it when you're out
Oh, yeah.
live?
we do a medley of hits that we wrote that did,
He did nothing for us.
Wow, you just can't get enough of just kicking yourself in the butt, can you?
No,
So like, hey guys, remember that memory? Let's bring it back up again.
here's something else to screw it up on.
Yeah.
You know?
So when I bring in a new song now, I say, guys, I'm bringing in a new song.
All right, well here we go. Then it is Restless Heart When She Cries. Exile is our guest on Honky Tonkin. Hanging out with Exile this week. All the hits, over 60 years of music from these guys. Was it hard going from rock to country? Was that transition?
Not really.
Not really. We didn't. Sonny, I don't think we really changed our sound that much at all, really.
Not really. I mean, again, we tried to write a little more what we thought would be more acceptable in country music.
Well, you were already writing it.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
truth. Really, it was. And that's one of the things our manager said. He goes, look, except for maybe the sounds, from your pop record to a country or whatever, but you're not playing differently.
Right.
And we didn't.
Also,
So even whenever I listen to, I compare your versions of songs to like the Alabama versions
Yeah.
of your songs. You go, it's the same thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
I would even say that, like, Kiss You All Over, if you were to say, we were always a country group and this is our first country song, I would
Yeah.
just go, yeah, of
Agreed.
course. Yeah, because it sounds
It does.
Exile.
It's still the Exile sound.
Sure.
and another thing too, country music was changing a lot at that point when in the '80s. with groups
Urban
like
cowboy
Alabama.
stuff
Sure.
really influenced
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah, so
Absolutely.
it was a pretty easy transition as far
It was.
as our sound.
It was.
Exiles hanging with us this week, Sonny Lemaire and Marlon Hargis. Hey, take us back to 1985, a number one for you guys with She's a Miracle.
Oh, wow.
Sonny,
Okay.
go
Well, JP and I were writing one day, and I think I suggested, hey, I had a young daughter. He had a very young child, first child. And why don't we write a song? I mean, this title came out, She's a Miracle. And it was originally, the idea was really writing it for our kids. But as the songwriting progressed on the song, we realized, well, obviously the way it's sounding, it's got to be a guy to his significant, his wife or whatever, girlfriend. But the idea started as a tribute to our
A
kid.
love song to your children.
It was. It really was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Exile is spending some time with us this week. We appreciate the time, you guys. Sonny
Shoot,
and
guys.
Marlon.
Thanks for
pleasure.
having us.
Yeah.
So back in 2008, you guys were doing a charity concert in Lexington for a former manager, and was
Yeah.
that when you guys were kind of like, "Hey, are we getting the band back together?"
Yeah.
Yeah, it was literally supposed to be a one-time event.
Yeah.
Because I think, the five of us hadn't been together on stage for like 20-some years.
Were
or
y'all
something.
still talking at that time?
Kind
Well,
of.
We had kind of, after a lot of years.
Kind of.
And I think individually, all of us had the thought, it'd be kind of nice to get together for a show, just for
Yeah.
old times.
A pool party?
Yeah.
Sort of, and it literally was a benefit for a tour manager who had an accident.
Yeah.
And as we were rehearsing, we were going, this doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah. It's kind of fun.
and that led to another
did.
gig, which led to another gig, and then all of a sudden, here we are touring again.
Yeah.
Did you guys realize, like, when Trace starts getting singing on "Kiss You All Over," that you're like, you know what? I mean, seriously, that's got to be a real feather in your cap when other artists
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
are fans of you.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, loved doing it with Trace. That was a trip.
Oh, it
man.
was a blast doing it with him.
Exile is our guest this week. Don't forget, you can always check them out online at exile.biz, B-I-Z. Hey, take us back to 1985,
Okay.
another big year. You guys are like 85. It's like
You owned
83,
the
84.
80s.
85. Oh, you owned it.
There were a few years that we were on a roll, to be
Sure
honest
enough.
about it.
Talk to us about "Hang On to Your Heart."
Oh gosh, again, JP and I in the trenches writing songs, and came up with that idea. It's a little more on the pop side, I guess, the sound of it, the way it is. But we whatever idea came up, we would write it however it was supposed to be written. And really happy with the way it turned out, obviously, and it turned out to be a big number one for us.
Here's the thing, Sonny and JP, they were on a roll there for a few
No
years.
kidding. My
I
goodness.
mean, we'd be off the road and come in and start doing an album and go, okay, guys, we need a song for tomorrow, and
Yeah.
they'd come up with something.
I mean, it was literally, we were nonstop cataloging ideas and coming off the road and writing. Because we never wrote on the road. We just
Why
too
is that?
busy. Well, it was too crazy, too hectic, but we would catalog ideas.
Okay.
And it was just a better fit for us to come home.
Don't you wish you had like a cell phone to leave voice memos like they do now?
Man, it would have
Well,
been
that's
so
just it.
much easier.
It was a different technology.
Except
back
the
then.
cell phone back then would not have been a good thing. With
No. Some
It was
of
the
those
80s, guys.
tours back then.
It was the 80s.
Yeah, exactly.
Exile with us this week, Sonny, Lemare, Marlon, Hargis. Kentucky Music Hall of Famers. You guys have been doing this for a long time.
Yeah,
What do you give new artists advice? What will you tell them?
Man, you got to, obviously it has to be in your blood, your heart and soul. You've got to love it beyond anything because there's no plan B. There's none.
Yeah.
If you're going to do this, and you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, there was no plan B for us.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you, it's all or nothing.
It
It's,
might have been for him. He's way smarter.
it's something I wouldn't want my kids to not have, a plan B.
Yeah.
But to be in music, it is plan A all the way. That's all there
Right.
is to it.
Plan A all the way.
That's it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Exile with us this week, Sonny and Marlon. We're having fun. You guys having fun?
Oh, having a
Absolutely,
great time, man.
You got good questions,
Yeah.
man. Really good.
I used AI.
Well, yeah.
Well, we're actually not here. We're AI as well.
It's the holograms.
Yeah.
One day. I mean, we joked.
Dude,
One day.
not that far away,
If
actually.
you think about it, in the 80s, they had a band on a cartoon that was holograms, and now
Yeah.
here, all these decades later, that's real.
It's coming.
real.
It's
Yeah.
coming.
That's
Absolutely, it's here.
crazy.
Hey, take us to 1987
Yeah.
and Can't Get Close Enough.
Man, just it was again. Sound like a broken record here. JP and I in the trenches.
You and JP.
Yeah.
And that song was. There's something about that song. It was kind of a transition in our writing a little bit. It happens to be my wife Mary's favorite song of ours, by the way. But it just
The structure of that song's a little different.
it is a little. It is
yeah.
different. I guess it's a little more on the pop side. It was produced by a guy that was big engineer for Steely Dan, Elliot Shiner, and we cut it all in Connecticut in a studio up in Connecticut, and so it has more of a, I guess, more on the little pop side perhaps. But I think we're real proud of the song, the way it turned out.
You don't
be.
think Steely Dan in Connecticut are country?
What are you trying to say? What are you
Well,
trying to say?
yeah.
Which country?
What a ride it's been with Exile, with
Oh,
Sonny,
boy.
Lemare, Marlon, Hargis. 11 number one hits, 3 gold albums, 8 million records sold, and they are handsome as you can ever
obviously,
imagine.
We've got a radio face. Man.
So do we. It's all good.
You can see them on the road. You can get all the details on that at their website, exile.biz, B-I-Z. And you can see them on the road. Got new stuff coming out with new music.
Yeah,
Complete new stuff.
Yeah. Excuse me, besides the remastered, remixed version of the greatest hits, which is out there right now, we had an album released in 2023 called A Million Miles Later, which is, we're very proud of that. And it's on vinyl, by the way, also.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
imagine? But as we speak right now, JP and I and others, we're writing songs. We've already started recording for our next project, and that may be released by the end of this year. I'm not sure.
Fingers crossed.
If it'll be
Yeah.
done.
First part of next year at the latest.
Yeah, real excited about the material that we're coming up with for this new project. And it's just what we do. I mean, I obviously thank God for the hits and playing them and having a career. But, we got to have new music. You just got to keep moving forward.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing.
You're doing the best. The one and only Exile, everyone. Thank you,
Yeah.
guys.
With Big D and Bubba.